This is an example of a regular body weight squat with good ankle mobility, shorter femurs, and an average length torso, making it a little easier to get into a parallel or below deep squat at the end range. Upper body relatively upright, parallel with the shins. This will be an example of someone with very poor ankle mobility, as well as long femurs and a shorter torso, causing me to push the butt way back just to keep my center of mass over my midfoot. It's a little bit harder to get into a deep squat this way. Everyone's proportions are different, making their deep squat look a lot different. To test ankle mobility, you'll place your fists between your foot and the wall with both knees at 90 degrees. You'll push that knee toward the wall, and you're looking to see if your heel stays in contact with the floor. If your heel were to lift up as you're pushing your knee towards the wall, keeping your upper body upright, then you'll know that you have a limit in your ankle mobility. So still good here. Once that heel starts to lift up, if that happens to you right away, then you'll know that there's a limit there, and there are some mobility exercises that you can do to alleviate that tightness. So here's a little test to see if your glute max is tight in your squat, to see if that's causing an issue with how low you can go in your deep squat. If you're pulling your knee towards your chest, if you can't pull it past 90 degrees, without your opposite leg or your hips coming off of the floor, then you know that your glute max might have an issue with the tightness in your deep squat. Here's just an example of how you can get into a deep stretch in your calf muscle to loosen up that ankle. You're just bringing the knee inward towards the toes, putting some pressure, keeping that heel against the floor. There are other ways you could do this with a band that goes around your ankle, and you'll most likely see that on my social media pages in the near future. Just putting light pressure to get a stretch along the back of the leg there, keeping your heel in contact with the floor. This next mobility exercise kind of hits everything. You're going to be hitting glute here, hip flexor in the opposite leg, as well as rotation in the upper body. It's a great way to just hit all the different parts of your body to help in getting a deeper squat for your body type and your proportions. Another last exercise here. It's another mobility stretch. It's the pigeon stretch, and you'll have your knee out in front of you, about 90 degrees. Just upper body is upright and pushing that left glute towards the floor, and then the opposite side.